Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AZD here with the second stimulus check update and the second stimulus package and what's going on in Capitol Hill and the White House. Now, I know a lot of you probably heard, okay, we got this post office reform bill passed through the House of Representatives and now it's at the Senate. In addition to, a lot of GOP Republican leaders are trying to push for the skinny bill, especially like Mark Meadows and different people from the White House staff that was meeting with Nancy Pelosi, as well as Chuck Schumer. They say, hey, let's check this out. Let's work the skinny bill along with the post office bill, because a lot of things is going on. You know, they got eviction crisis going on, foreclosure crisis, homeless crisis going to be in the future if eviction crisis and foreclosure crisis continues to happen. Right now, without any stimulus package, we're going to have lack of school funding. Small business going to be in trouble because they're not getting enough funding in order to stay open, in order to stay their employees and the vendors. It's going to be lack of money for testing and vaccine. Like, there's studies showing that 33% of employees in March who were like for deferral, like they said, okay, well, you have your job, we're going to be paying you such and such. Many of them was also laid off in July. So in the beginning of July, we also saw an increase in the unemployment numbers. Economists are saying like 44% of local spending will be going down if we don't get any kind of stimulus package, especially like a stimulus check to the people. They are also saying that the country will see massive damage if there's no stimulus, because right now with the last stimulus, with the CARES Act, it was able to stimulate the economy, and the economy was able to grow even during this pandemic. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Before I continue this video, please hit that like so YouTube and the algorithm can know that this video is of value to you and to others. We're going to be talking about the stimulus check, in addition to the stimulus package, and also any updates for SSI, SSDI receiving their stimulus check. So as we get into it now, the Republicans want to talk more about their skinny bill. The skinny bill is a good thing, you know. It's not that bad. They got a good points that I believe the Democrats, if they pick it up, they can also negotiate it with that post office reform. You know, put it into Senate, work out some deals, go back to House of Representatives, vote back on it, and go to the president. But the only thing that's not in the skinny bill is talks about a stimulus check. So in the skinny bill, we have the boost unemployment, the PPP program, money for the PPP program, money for liability protection. So they want to put some stuff in liability protection, because right now you're starting to see cases where there are a lot of lawsuits that's starting to be opened up. So they wouldn't put some liability protection in place for companies. Also, funding for schools. They definitely want to put funding for schools in order to have the schools open up and have funding for the schools. And also some kind of COVID funding for testing and vaccines. So a lot of that stuff is in the skinny bill, but it's kind of really not going anywhere, because there needs to be some kind of negotiation. So if the Democrats do decide to put the stimulus bill in the amendment with the post office reform, they can do some negotiation. Maybe they can include something like the SNAP program, more money for the SNAP program. Also, how about the eviction moratorium? They can also include the eviction moratorium so people don't get evicted, so we can reduce on the foreclosure and the eviction crisis, which may lead to homeless crisis. We don't want that going on. So that's been the words that's been going on Capitol Hill. But recently now, Mitch McConnell, the other day, I believe yesterday, Mitch McConnell started to recognize and realize, especially for these economists who's putting it in the words, like people with like lots of money, hedge fund manager, they saying, hey, if there's no stimulus package that's going out, it's going to be a problem in the country. If you don't do something now with a stimulus package, the stimulus package that you're going to have to come up with later on in the future is going to be way much bigger than the stimulus package that you have to put forward now. So Mitch McConnell came forward and he's talking about the stimulus package again, including a stimulus check, because he's starting to realize that right now is a good time for another stimulus package. So economists are saying that they need to act soon right now, because the country will be in more damage, and they will need a bigger package if they don't act now. So Mitch McConnell is starting to notice it, and he's also trying to put out there to like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer that, hey, we definitely need a stimulus package. Let's start to work on a stimulus package and have something come up within a few days, maybe within a month, hopefully before October. So negotiation for a stimulus package is going back and forth. the crisis, the COVID crisis is kind of decreasing, but at the same time, the testings are decreasing. So we're not even exactly sure if the decrease in cases is because of decrease in testing or is because of decrease in the virus as general. Because even if you check some of these schools that's opening up, some of these schools, unfortunately, are starting to have outbreaks. And even like Europe and other countries in Asia is starting to see a second strain of this virus starting to come up. So with that said, let's get into people who have not received their stimulus check. And those are people who are on SSI, SSDI, non-filers, and VAs, railroad retirees, all those people. Today is a payday. So today is a Wednesday. So today is a payout day. So please check your Get My Payment portal, see if you have a payment processing. Check your Direct Express card as well. Check your Direct Express card to see if you got your $1,200 EIP deposited on there. In addition to, check any bank information that you have. If you go to Get My Payment portal and it's not showing any information, try and give the IRS a call to see if your information is updated. And when will you get your EIP stimulus $1,200 check? A lot of you over the past few weeks have been receiving theirs. You have been receiving a pending processing in the Get My Payment portal. So hopefully things start to work out more and they starting to move this process even faster, especially if they're trying to do another second stimulus check and second stimulus package. For those people who've claimed their kids, their dependents, and didn't receive their $500 the first go round, for you who have put your information into the Get My Payment portal, you put your dependents information and you didn't receive it, they are paying out those $500 right now for each dependent. If you wasn't able to put your information in, the portal is open, and I believe it's going to be open until September 30th. So get to the Get My Payment portal and go to the non-filer part, I believe, and enter your information for your dependents, and they should be paying that out by October, no later than November. So once again, if you didn't get your $500 for each dependent, go ahead to the Get My Payment portal and go to the non-filer part and enter the information for your dependents so you can get your $500 for each dependent, up to $1,500 if you have 3 dependents. So once again, hopefully everybody's starting to get their payouts. Today is a payout for SSI, SSDI, non-filers, and for everybody else who didn't receive your EIP stimulus check or your income tax. I believe they're saying they're going to be also paying out interest on your income tax. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's going to be like $18 or something like that, interest on your tax return if you haven't received your tax return. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. So hopefully that also helps. So once again, this is AZ Dawkins. I'm going to be doing some more videos of programs and different ways of how we can start to create our own funds and our own stimulus. So once again, continue to be safe. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.